Oh, is that a chair?
Yeah.
That's a railway chair. So viewers, this is a level crossing between Sigglesthorne and Wassand Railway stations. We're looking towards Hornsea, and then behind us is back towards Sigglesthorne, not that far away. And then this was the level crossing here, and then there's a crossing keeper's cottage just there. Hello viewers, in this week's episode we are documenting what remains of Wassand Low Crossing and Wassand Railway Station. These were originally named Gox Hill, however the name was changed to avoid confusion with the Gox Hill in Lincolnshire on the 1st of October 1904. There are a few photographs of these locations that we could find whilst looking at the history of these industrial age relics. What we do find in this video is a reminder of the railway's forgotten past. And then through here, there's little remains. Oh, is that a chair?
Yeah.
That's a railway chair. I'm saying little remains and then there's a chair. I'll just try and get a better shot of that. There's a railway chair, so that used to hold one of the train tracks, as they call them. And there's another one there, there's another chair there, look. Right in the centre of the screen. So they've been laid since probably 1864. They've had the clips pulled out and then the rails removed. Quite possibly in the 1970s, as Paul there has uncovered some of the big bolts that bolt the chair to the sleeper. So the sleepers are going to be under here somewhere.
That's an original sleeper for the level crossing, because that's what we used.
You used to have wooden sleepers,
yeah,
to level the crossing out.
It was a cheap way of making sure
wood's
could
good.
get across.
And that is a remaining chair here on the Hull to Hornsea Railway. Well, two chairs, because there's another one just where Paul is. Wow. So that says to me that there'll be some more in there, just all buried amongst all this. So we're at the other side of the crossing now, where the crossing keeper's cottage is there, and the direction of travel towards Hornsea there. Got a car coming to cross over the crossing, and that is the height of the railway. Just here, that is the rail height, and that is another chair, and the rail sat in the chair. That is what stops them moving left to right. That is a railway chair of the Hull to Hornsea Railway, right here at this level crossing.
Right, so on the crossing keeper's house you can see a clock, which I doubt that's original. There's a sign above it which is original, but I don't think it applies to this location. I've already read it. And then just beyond the clock, where the next window is, you'll see some kind of like a green frame sticking out from the brickwork.
Yes.
And that is a signal light. Well, that's normally for a ground frame, ground route, normally in sardines. I doubt that's the original from round here. Good idea though.
Looks nice.
Yeah. Let's have a closer look.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, it's London North Eastern Railway, which wasn't round here. Beware of the trains, look both up and down the line before you cross. So that's a level crossing, but they won't mount it up there. Yeah. Chimney needs repointing, but otherwise it's in very good condition. That is the line going back towards Wassand Railway Station. Some LNER classic signage there on this gate. Hello viewers, this is Wassand Railway Station. It originally opened in 1865 as Gox Hill, but there's a Gox Hill in Lincolnshire with a railway to it, so this was renamed Wassand on the 1st of October 1904. It was only a single down platform going towards Hornsea, and it was only open on market days, closing completely on the 21st of September 1953, just over a decade before the rest of the line closed. In there is the remains of the platform. I believe there wasn't a platform on this side, it was just a single line platform, just on the down to Hornsea and not the up going back towards Hull, unless you know otherwise, Paul.
No, it was a single line platform, and I believe it was Wednesdays, market days only. I don't think it actually served as a passenger station.
So it was just like mainly for farm goods and things like that?
Basically, yeah, it was market day. So not livestock, but just like chickens, you know, small perishables, potatoes, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, bags of grain maybe going to on the
possibly, yeah,
down to Hornsea, and then I suppose they could have loaded wagons going on the up to Hull, but there wasn't a platform as such. Just found round the back of the up to Hull line, running from right to left, is just beyond us, and this very old fence is just in this tree line.
See, there's not many pictures of this station either, is there?
No, it's quite a unphotographed railway route really. There's some from Hornsea town, Stepney, and then towards Hull, but out here, I suppose back then people didn't really have cameras and they didn't have any wish or need to photograph the railway. Just on the downside towards Hornsea, you can see the wicket fence just protecting this area of the railway, and this is the road where the crossing was. The running lines would have crossed here, the station house is just there, and then the double line will have come across here. This is the wicket fence left behind from the railway era. We can see when the railway crossing was removed, and the fence has now been bonded to this more modern fence here, which goes across where the rail lines will have gone through. So viewers, I believe these are the big posts for the crossing gates here at Wassand. When the railway is closed, they've just simply been pulled up and thrown to one side, and they've just been slung here after the closure of the railway. Looking towards Hornsea now, we can see that the track bed has been tarmacked along this section, making it very smooth for the Trans-Pennine Rail Trail. You can see a slightly raised section there, and again on this side, but the undergrowth is too thick to go through. We checked all this out in 2021 and didn't really find anything along this section of the route.
So viewers, there's not a lot of history or images of Wassand Station. For that reason we're finding it hard to find any relics. So basically, we're not quite sure yet, but there could be a signal box here, or even a gate crossing box here. But very little evidence provides that to us. So we'll do some more digging, and we might in a future post come back when it's winter time and see what we can find.
So these gates here are just next to the cycle track, viewers, but we don't think these are from the railway era. They're too modern. Even though some of the furniture looks old, I believe this is from the 1970s after. It's saying wrap it up. So basically these aren't railway related. They're not from the railway, they were from after it.
Too low.
Too low what?
The height.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not high enough.
Okay. What, can the trains jump over them?
Oh, you don't know about that.
Moving on, viewers, back to the railway. Go.
Right, so at Wassand Station, and there's very little relics left, but we'll try our hardest to uncover some of those relics. Now, because there's not a lot online in terms of pictures of this place, which is unfortunate, but another thing we realised is we've not found no signalling equipment. Now, there could be a good reason for that, because many locations in between intermediate block sections, you'll have little crossings like this, for instance, and the way of means of communicating from signalman to crossing keeper is by often means of a dial in the crossing keeper's house, and on the wall there'll be two dials. It'll say up and down, and in those dials it could have quite a few things depending on the era and the railway company concerned. It should have, you know, it should have up, down, and it also should have train in section, train entering section, or train out of section. So the crossing keeper would probably hear an annunciator, some form of a bell operated by a wire from one signal box to the other, and once he hears that bell he can come out depending on the local agreements, because the level crossing gates could be across the roadway or it could be across the railway. So he'll come out, he'll either open the gates or close the gates in good time for a train either coming from Sigglesthorne or from Hornsea Bridge, within good time of closing those gates as to not to cause delay to any trains approaching. But we'll try and uncover more as we get towards winter, when we can uncover more from the undergrowth.
And probably a future vlog series, viewers. And that over there is the station building, just in the distance. So viewers, this is part of a multi-episode series. I think we're on to episode 11 or 12 already. Vlogging all the way from Hull Paragon all the way to Hornsea. As you can see, we're now at Ellaby. In the next video we're going to be at Hornsea Bridge Railway Station and the road crossing. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to see that next Thursday at 4 PM UK time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.